What's up with y'all, man? This is your boy Jody Joe. There's some rumor out there concerning the MCU and X-Men and the future of the MCU, bro. I'm Jody Joe. This fool's E-Man.
What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Martin. This Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Keon is right here. This motherfucker. What's up?
How you doing? What we got for me?
I'm good, bro. So, you guys know how X-Men is getting introduced into the MCU, right?
Allegedly.
Yeah, because, we have Fantastic Four that's coming too, which is tied to a lot of X-Men and Galactus type of characters.
Yeah.
And
a new Justice, a new Avengers shit that's going on too.
Yeah, you know how we feel about the Sue Storm and the casting of the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, hate that as Reed Richards completely.
But we always said, even though amongst some of the BS that we see, there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and that light has always been X-Men.
Right.
Always.
Right. And X-Men is the future of the MCU, and the reboot is going to happen because it has to happen. Check out my video on my channel. Got the video there. Talked about how to reboot it and why they needed to be rebooted.
To save the MCU.
And it's happening. But there's some interesting news about this guy. There's this man. His name is Daniel RPK, and it's a tweet out there on Twitter that's buzzing. A lot of people are paying attention to it, and it's drawing some attention. And I want to go ahead and highlight that motherfucker right now. X-Men News, it says Marvel Studios is looking for a writer who can expertly balance comedy and drama and focus on the female characters. They want to introduce characters, introduce new characters, ones that haven't been in live action before, alongside the main ones that we all know. So they want to introduce characters that we haven't really seen in live action before.
Like Boom Boom.
That's slim pickings because there's a lot of mutant characters that we haven't seen in live action before.
Like Psylocke.
A lot of people you can create as mutants.
No, we've seen Psylocke in live action. She was in Apocalypse. So when you talk about
even more obscure.
Obscure.
Oh.
Yeah, yes. And they said they're looking for a director according to this to focus on female characters. Focus on the female characters. Well, I gotta say, what do you guys think about the fact that they're already talking about gender? Well, not they. According to this tweet, this person is saying that they are hiring somebody who has these barometers. Comedy and all that, bringing back levity and comedy and merging that is important. But they have a barometer. You got to focus on female characters. That just doesn't sound right to me.
No, I don't even believe. 2 out of the 3 I could believe, but not that. Not the focus on the female character. That feels like an add-on.
Does that come across like I want to trigger people?
Yes, focus on.
Does,
I don't even think.
But the fate of the MCU is nothing but female.
I don't even think they would focus.
The fate of the MCU is nothing but female,
bro.
You're cynical, but I'm saying this.
I'm saying that because the thing is this: the MCU has been pushing several agendas from not just LGBTQ. The alphabet number, they also been pushing women this, women that. The movie that dropped was the Marvels. They pushed that issue, and then we saw Bob Iger, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Say that that's not where we're going. We don't have that going on, but we see what's happening here. So I'm not surprised that they would try to push the fact of the MCU with female. The MCU is failing right now, and they keep going to the same bullshit.
So you believe this? You believe that they are hiring somebody, and that person that they do hire has to have this guidance of focusing on female characters, as well as, putting new characters that we haven't seen in film before. So.
Back then, I would say, no, Jody, bro, I don't think this is true. But seeing what we've been seeing, yes, I think it is true.
I don't think so.
I think
this
true.
is too
because of what they've been doing. But
this is too on the nose. This is too because they know the criticism that they receive. For Bob Iger to respond on such a accusation, for something this to be legit, they would have to stump on something like this or confirm or deny it. I think if this was really real, they would stump this out and this wouldn't even leak out. And look at the framing of it. Marvel Studios is looking for a writer who can actually balance comedy and drama. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah. Let's go to the third one. They want to introduce new characters, ones that haven't been introduced in live action before.
Right.
That sounds now that's crazy up until itself because now we're thinking of what X-Men characters have not been debuted in live action before. That are if the middle line makes sense.
So I would say this.
I think the third line don't match the second line.
I would say this to you, Keon. With X-Men, when it comes to mutants, bro, you can introduce any mutant characters
That's
that we
not
haven't
true.
even seen
I don't think
or
so.
went by. There's so many mutants out there that we still don't even know about. So it's easy to create a new character or create new characters in that, and have them join with the mutants, join with the X-Men. It's so many ways you can spin that up with there, bro. Which is whack because we want to see the original people that's there that is a part.
It
of
says
it,
alongside the main ones that we all know, so we're still gonna get the main characters.
But this is
But
probably
they'll
not
be
going
a
to be
part
the
of
focus.
the with them as well. That's what I'm saying. So
that's what that says. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be so. I'm saying there's ways they could just spin that up right there. Man.
After everything that we've seen from the MCU, recently Disney, is that they are very much focused on female gender.
Facts.
They are, but I don't think this article is accurate because if that was
It's not an article. It's just a guy.
well, whatever,
talking.
just a guy
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
throwing
yeah,
bullshit out there.
yeah.
I don't believe it because they'll be cutting off their nose to spite their face, especially with the X-Men. You know what you have. If everything was working, there will be no need for you to even introduce the X-Men. But obviously, your plan has not been working. Whatever you've been doing so far, these female Avengers, all that stuff, it's not working. I don't think they're going to go in with the X-Men, we're going to make them all female, and it's going to still work. I don't think so.
I think
That's logically it doesn't make sense.
I think that I would say I would agree with you, but because like I said, for what I see, bro, I think that's off. I think that they are looking for that. We got a She-Hulk. We got a female.
Everything
Falcon.
implies
we got
that
all
they're-
that. We got
they're
all
doing
that in
that.
there. We got a female Iron Man. We got a female. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they probably. Black Falcon probably eventually died in his show and putting a
You see how
female
you're
cap
mentioning?
in there.
You see how you're mentioning?
I'm just saying.
You're mentioning.
I'm seeing this bullshit.
You're
I'm
mentioning
seeing
people.
all the crap that's
You're
going
mentioning.
on right now.
You're mentioning people.
And they
okay,
keep throwing
the
it in
problem
our
is,
faces, bro.
The problem is you're mentioning people that are of the Avengers side of that coin. When we mention the X-Men, all the LGBTQ stuff that you're talking about, it actually works for them. So you can focus on a female character on with X-Men, it will make sense. That's not the part I'm upset at. It's we're going to introduce new characters that haven't been live action before. That's tough because I'm over here racking my brain. What female characters are you going to who? The second line don't match with the first line because the female characters we want to see are probably the best X-Men out there. If you don't know, the female X-Men are the strongest characters.
Have they showed live action in I'm asking both of you guys this. Have they showed Emma Frost?
Yes.
They have?
Yes.
In which version?
In Days of Futures Past.
First class.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit.
Okay.
Yeah. They showed a lot of X-Men. Do I believe that do I believe that they are looking for somebody to focus on female characters? Absolutely. Did you see what happened with Fantastic Four? They want Sue Storm to be the main lead.
Facts.
To focus on Sue. Like, I'm not shocked by that at all. The Blade movie, Mahershala Ali was upset with the writing where he almost allegedly wanted to walk off set and be done with his contract because they made a script that was about in 1920s post era that involved him as like the fifth main lead outside of these female characters. It was a historical piece with female leads.
But you're doing that with X-Men.
It's not about X-Men because you're thinking like a fan. You're not thinking like Disney.
Yeah.
Disney thinks about politics, identity, freaking sexuality.
Yeah.
All of
if
that
it's
stuff
the X-Men,
matters,
it works.
bro.
It will work with the X-Men.
I don't think that it would. I don't think that you should. I don't think that a Jean Grey movie works. I think an X-Men movie.
They
Or a
wouldn't focus
Storm
on
movie,
Jean
or
Grey.
just a
Do you
Storm
think-
movie.
Do you think that now you missed your opportunity to do Storm properly when you had T'Challa in the Black Panther,
Right.
And he died. Rest in peace to the King. Celebrating the life of Chadwick Boseman now and forever, right here on Jody's Corner. But they didn't care then.
So why care
They
now?
don't care about. They didn't care about black. It's black people.
Like,
they don't care about black.
Yeah. So Storm is very powerful.
Yeah.
Rogue strong. Jean Phoenix is powerful.
Yeah.
But so are X-Men like Cyclops and Magneto and Professor X and, the villains, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? But I see what you're saying about them being strong, but they're also part of a team.
Yeah.
Jean has a chain of command she has to abide by. Now, I know that Storm was the leader of the X-Men at a certain point, but how would you feel if they released an X-Men movie with Storm as the leader of the X-Men instead of Cyclops to start?
I have a huge.
That would
problem with
okay. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Me personally, I wouldn't.
Why would you
Because
not have a problem with that?
Cyclops was always a bitch. I grew up in the 2000s. He was always a bitch. I know you don't. Hey,
No. I understand what you're saying. But right is right, wrong is wrong.
No, I get it, but
it's not a good look to
I understand that.
establish the X-Men.
But I've always saw Storm as the leader, the pseudo leader at X-Men. I never saw Cyclops like that.
Storm became the second leader of it.
Pseudo leader. I always looked at her as a pseudo leader. Cyclops was just there.
Cyclops is the
He was like
leader.
the on-field commander. That's how I looked at him.
Cyclops is like the big brother of them, bro. Like all the way through.
I've always looked at Storm as more mature. If I were to trust the keys to the kingdom to somebody, I'll give it to Storm.
She's a princess. And these people
even more qualified.
If you want to hit it though, these people are like peasants.
That makes her even more qualified.
Still follows.
So why would I hand my keys to an emotional?
But she does. She still follows. She still follows Cyclops all the way through. She listens to anything that Cyclops tells her. When Cyclops tells her to do something, she does it. She don't shoot down and say, "No, Scott, I'm not doing what you tell me to do."
I'll say this, bro. If this news is real, which I believe 80% that it is, because Disney has lost all credibility. All benefit of the doubt.
Facts.
It does not exist for Disney.
No.
I believe the worst in them. I absolutely believe this is true. All bulletin points here, especially the focus on the female characters. Kathleen Kennedy went up to stage and said the Force is female.
Force is female.
And this is the type of company that Disney is. They came up and Victoria Alonso said to Louis Leck at Nerd Report, my favorite, right in his face, maybe it shouldn't be called X-Men. Maybe we should call it X-Women or some shit like that. Yeah, challenging that it should be called X-Men. It should change the title from X-Men because it's talking about men. And then I see Mystique actually say we should change it from X-Men to X-Women in X-Men Dark Phoenix. Like, this is something that I despise. And it is exactly why the superhero genre is hurting right now. At least on the Marvel side. James Gunn is coming with fire, and, we got that to look forward to.
Yes,
but as far as the MCU that I knew and loved, I don't recognize it, bro. It's like I'm seeing a company willing to shoot themselves in the foot because at the end of the day, if you do the same approach that you did with Fantastic Four, that you've done with the MCU and the Avengers, X-Men is going to fail too because you're going to piss off a lot of fans. And we're not mad. It's not about females running the show. The problem is when Disney, with their agenda, is focused on females running the show, they tend to lose sight of making a good movie. That's the problem. Their agenda gets in the way of them making a good movie.
Even if the characters are male, it doesn't matter. The writing is still bad at the end of the day. That's where I stand on that.
I think the writing is bad because of rubric like this. These directors, you're asking writers to come in and go by these guidelines? Let them be free. Let them make stories. Look at what they have to come in with. Got to introduce new characters and bring in the old ones along with it. Balance comedy and drama, I understand. Focus on female characters. What is this? That you're already these are chains that you're putting on creativity.
It's destruction already.
Usually a writer thinks in his head, "Ooh, X-Men, I know exactly what I want to do."
Facts.
They go to Disney, they say, "All right, we want some female characters. Could you not? I know what you said that you want to do. Nah, we don't want to do nothing about him. He's too manly. Can you do something about her? And also, can you make it funny too? Kind of. You know how Ragnarok was funny? You know, we took the death of Asgard and made a joke of it all. Kind of like that. The movies are bad because of the agenda. The agenda is the reason why these movies suck.
If that's the case, then the MCU as we know it is
doomed to fail. It's doomed to fail.
If this is true, X-Men will fail.
Yeah.
No, it's dead. Yeah. It's not even fail. You're already dead.
This right here just killed it. It's going
to take time. Yeah. They're going to come out with a couple fire movies. Everybody's going to be joyful, but they're going to hit you over the head, just like the MCU. They hit you with a Civil War, boom. Then you get some bullshit. Then they hit you with a Black Panther, bullshit. Those hitters come every now and then, but they're going to pound you over the head with this agenda shit. And every now and then, to keep the fans happy, you're going to get a fire movie. And that's what's going to give them the longevity. It's going to take a while before the fandom really sees, like, y'all doing this shit again, and they're going to reject the X-Men And by that time, they would have already gotten their billions and their millions. So, I mean, it's really just the same cycle.
The men gonna be weak. The men gonna be very weak in this movie, bro.
Sell the property.
The men are gonna be, as we call beta males. They're gonna be weak beta males, bro. They're not gonna be strong men. They're not gonna be developed as that. They're gonna be ones that basically they're gonna be the damsels in distress.
If you're getting your masculinity from movies, your parents have failed you. Well, I'm not gonna blame movies for why men aren't men. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just weird. You know, I think that parents should have the ability to keep their sons from content that makes them look bad in the media. It's just like monitoring them on social media, bro. You know, there's no way in hell I was going to take my son to go watch the Marvels. It's just not happening.
That makes sense.
I didn't take myself to watch it, let alone my own kid.
That puts everything that you built with your son.
Yeah,
and throw it out the window.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. Call me whatever you want. I don't give a frick. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the kids of the future, bro. Like, it's the parents' job to monitor what their children are consuming. And I understand that Disney knows that children will consume some content that their parents have no control over, they don't care or not interested in enough, and they will get slightly brainwashed by the stuff that they see. Disney's been doing it for decades. They're no slouch when it comes to this. They're very experienced. But when it comes to this right here, it's very disheartening to even see it. This news shouldn't even be news. I'm not going to believe it. I'm going to go in positive. It's sad to look at. The only reason why I'm going to go in positive is because I believe in the X-Men.
Yes, that's what I have faith in.
But I have zero faith in Disney.
I agree.
And they have deserved every bit of the lack of faith that I have in them. I don't give them benefit of the doubt. They're definitely liable to do something just like that. I believe they did.
All I'm saying, Jody, have faith. We're going to get a Bobby movie. Nope. He's going to be as gay. He's going to be Lily Poppy.
Oh, yeah. Bobby Iceman?
Yeah, he's going to be as gay. Yeah. That's going to be his number one movie like Joker is. Yeah. We're going to give me that. Yeah. We're satisfied.
That's disrespectful.
No, it's not Bobby's world.
No, it's not. That's an Elseworld. Bobby's gay. It is Elseworld. It's Elseworld.
Isn't he really
No. He's Elseworld. They already came up with that a long time ago.
No, it's cool.
It's Elseworld. Bobby, the real Iceman is not gay.
Doesn't matter.
The real Iceman's not gay.
Doesn't matter.
Look at it. Real Bobby is not gay. It's the Elseworld version that is gay.
I can show you a Family Guy skit where that's more popular.
I seen that shit, bro. He's not gay, bro.
That's what people know about Bobby.
It's Elseworld, bro. Iceman is not gay.
Following his debut in X-Men, Bobby Drake, aka Iceman, became one of Marvel's first iconic mutants. However, he didn't come out as gay until decades later in All New X-Men 2012, number 40. And that looks like a pretty gay cover to me.
Yeah, they started that shit, bro. Bobby was never gay, and that's an Elseworld shit, bro. Bobby's
that's not Elseworld.
That don't look Elseworld to
me. Bobby's
me.
Not gay.
I know you're in denial, but Iceman's gay.
Yeah, he's gay, bro.
Iceman's gay, bro. And his boyfriend is an Inhuman.
You aware that Iceman dated Rogue, right? He was the first original X-Men. He was one of the original X-Men.
No, there was a point where he wasn't, but then they made him
Iceman is not, and then they did it because fans had a problem with that. And
we're gonna get a Bobby movie that's gonna win an Oscar.
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis wrote it too. Makes a lot of sense. Brian Michael Bendis is mid. Damn. He messed up on Superman a lot too. They like his Spider-Man though. Mid. So yeah, bro. I expect to see a Brian Michael Bendis Iceman. I definitely expect to see that, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, that's what they about. And listen, I'm gonna enjoy the movies where I can, bro. But it's DC Rises, homie. This is exactly what I said was gonna happen. I said that they were gonna be above them by 2025. By the end of 2025, you guys will see by July when that Superman comes out and it's agenda-less and it's just a superhero movie. A lot of y'all Marvel fans, y'all need to come to DC. It needs to stop being a Marvel DC thing and being just a superhero thing, because politics and agenda is all up in the MCU, dog. And if you don't want none of that shit, bro, you need to be coming to a place that got the shit that's about the heroes, bro. So what if it's from a different hood? You better leave the set and join another crew. Freak that bullshit. We all need to be hermit crabs. I left DC for Marvel in 2016. After that BBS bullshit from that trash Snyderverse, I didn't sit around and stick around and watch those movies and get depressed off that shit. Man, I went straight to Marvel and said, give me this Civil War, bro. And I became a huge Marvel MCU fan.
I seen that Wolverine jacket.
That's what you got to do, bro. Stop doing this blind allegiance to companies. They don't give a shit about you.
That's facts.
They just want your money.
They
Facts.
want your bread.
That's
and
all they
don't give
want.
them your bread unless they giving you something that you want in
bread and
return.
your bread and your credit.
So many of y'all MCU fans are capping for the MCU right now. You know how foolish y'all look? You know how foolish you look to defend this shit like this? Mm-hmm. Freak them. Freak all that shit and come and go watch yourself. If you ain't never seen Superman, come see Superman Legacy, bro. I mean, Superman. Come check out Superman. You think he's a Boy Scout and a loser? Well, guess what? You like Captain America all this time, right? Same motherfreaker, bro.
Like Spider-Man.
Get on over here, bro, and give Superman a shot. If you're tired of the agendas and all this bullshit and all this crap that's in these movies, give James Gunn a shot. You know, they fired James Gunn off of tweets from 10 years prior. Mm-hmm. They fired Bo DeMaio, who made X-Men 97 fire. And they fired him because he was slinging D on the side on OnlyFans? Really? This fool produced fire X-Men content, bruh. And Disney still fired him. They got rid of the shock trooper, bro. Gina Carano. Because she didn't want to cave to the masses telling her to identify and give her freaking pronouns, bro. But guess who did give her pronouns while she was rejecting them? Pedro goddamn Pascal, bro. And now he's Mr. Fantastic. You need to open your eyes up and see what time it is, bro. It's the go along, get along gang over there at Disney, bro. Don't be that type of person. Don't be part of the chain gang.
Keep it in the family. That's what they do over there.
Run
Like, bro,
away and never return.
You got to see what time it is, bro. And you know what I'm saying? The sheep would look what they did with freaking Wakanda Forever, bro.
Yeah, that was
Not a single redeeming
horrible
black man
mess,
in there.
bro.
And the only black man that wasn't there was Homer Simpson. Nigga was a buffoon, bro.
That nigga's king.
He is the
See, you have to, when the more you think about it, just think, that nigga is king of Wakanda.
Homer Simpson, that's funny.
And I must have read.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying.
I must have read, homie, 200. How many comic books was that? I read hundreds of comic books for Black Panther, and this fool was never the king of Wakanda. Never.
I
don't know about this new shit they releasing now, but nigga, I read all of Black Panther from 1964 to 2010 around there. Hey, Baku?
Out of all the people.
Baku's an op.
From the
And he's
Jabari
the king
tribe
of Wakanda?
the mountains.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
All that, as Michael B. Jordan, all that challenge shit, all that
crazy.
book shit that you read is over with.
I get you with that. I get that, but you know, it just look at the writing on the wall. The black actors get hoed up in the MCU. Look at Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Hoed by women. Look at my man Jonathan Majors.
I was gonna say that. Yep.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He put a white woman back in the car to get away from him, bro, and they still fired him.
Only person that they got right now is Anthony Mackie, and he just hoeing and driving.
That's
and bullshit.
crazy.
Fire Terrence Howard because he asked for a little bump in pay.
Yep.
No. They fired Terrence Howard because Robert Downey Jr. came in and made more money and said, I want more money than him. And he didn't want to take a pay cut. That's the difference, bro. So let's understand what time it is. If you really down with the X-Men and you know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, civil rights is being about black folks being oppressed, Disney is the oppressor. Disney is the oppressor. James Gunn felt that. Now he's over here. You don't think James Gunn's about to rub this shit in Disney's face?
Oh yeah, facts.
He's about to hit with some fire, bro.
Facts.
And I want y'all to be there when he do hit. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Subscribe to Jody's Corner, the place where we keep it $1, 1,000. Who gives a shit about what you feel? Nigga, you always gonna get the real here. Jody Joe, E-Man, Uncle Keon. We out. Deuces.